It seems that we are starting. Let's get going. Starting out with Sanctuary, and what do we find in the first chest? It's the Power Glove. Very nice find.
Ooh, very nice.
Homerunners are going to get that right away. So this start, I would assume that's going to be a Houlihan start. But they can check the back of Sanctuary as well. Well, Dow's not going that way. Interesting. They're going divergence from the get-go. I love it.
Yep. And Dark Shadows is actually, well, I was gonna say he was gonna take the escape route, but nope, he's just doing the Houlihan.
Yeah, Houlihan is like the most common route because you want that early money in. Wow, Dow getting rewarded for his lumberjack routing here.
Very nice.
5 bombs.
Now Dark Shadows actually had it set up because he had the glove and was going through the graveyard and not below it. He could have actually just jumped in the water. He had.
Oh no! Oh no! Did you see what was on Lumberjack Cave?
Yep, it looked like a small key of some kind.
That could be important, or it could be a dud. But that puts Aghanim in the minds of these runners.
Yeah, so the small key on Lumberjack Cave kind of gives you this very uneasy feeling. It might not be required, and there's a good chance it's not required.
Oh my goodness. That is the flute at Mushroom. That is a huge find. Dow's routing is paying out in spades.
That is quite true.
And we have the red boomerang at the Lost Woods hideout, and we also see the magical boomerang on the island. Doubt any runner's gonna go for that. And Shadows is routing up to Sarhasla. I like this play, actually. I've been doing this when I've been doing Keysanity. Is I get the information on the green pen as soon as I can.
Very interesting.
And also, there's another 3 items over here, as well as whatever I can get out of Eastern without needing any, without getting blocked. And the green pendant is in Swamp Palace today. We get a heart. Arrow booster and a piece of heart. Another heart. A big key to Eastern Palace. Comes to Turtle Rock. And 50 rubies across both our runners. That was a lot of items. Jeez. I'm surprised I kept up with both.
Well, yeah, the bow would make Eastern Palace beautiful, let me tell you.
Yes. And one more big 20 for the road.
All right, so Dow gonna head over to the well real fast.
And Dark Shadows is going into Eastern Palace. I really like this routing from him.
Yeah, going into Eastern Palace is interesting. A lot of times the items that you can get immediately are going to be very important.
Big key to Dark Palace found by Dow in the well. As well as the Kane and Brian. Piece of heart. And the Milk Pearl!
Well, there we go.
Then. Map of Tower Hera found inside Eastern Palace. That'll actually be really helpful. Maps, by the way, are going to give them their information as to what pendant.
If you'll indulge me for a minute.
Oh.
Somebody once told me this seed is gonna troll me. I ain't the sharpest sword in the ped. She was looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of a Triforce on her forehead.
Of course, I forgot you were the one that does the swag duck anthem.
Sorry about that.
It's alright. We have the map the Dark Palace over on Dark Shadows, as we do have... Oh, there's a pot underneath there? Did not know that. Interesting. Anyway.
Yep, there are pots under there. Folks, I think magic underneath them. No, something else.
We have a small key to Misery Mire. Not exactly required, but good for convenience. But yes, folks, we are playing Keysanity here. The maps are important because they will tell you on the overall map what pendant or crystal a dungeon is. So we're going to be looking out for those. Compasses, not exactly that useful to these runners. They tell you how many items are in each dungeon that you still have to get. And of course, there are the small keys, which are the important thing, as well as the big keys. And Titan's Mitt in Eastern. That's pretty heavy there.
Well,
And I want to point this also out. Combined between both our runners, we have Dark World access.
that is true. I mean, you say the Titan's mitts are heavy. They're kind of like the opposite of heavy because they make it easier to lift things.
Funny. But yeah, not even 6 minutes in, and we already have Dark World access. But again, not on one run across both. So when is Dao going to go to Eastern, and when is Shadows going to go to Kakariko? That is the big play here.
Well, Shadows is gonna go to Kakariko. You're just going. You never skip Kakariko Village. Why would you ever do that?
Oh boy, we have a cape.
Uh-oh.
You know what that cape tells me?
Yep, sure
it doesn't.
do.
The cape tells me that there might be something good in Naga Tower. Not necessarily that we have to climb all the way up, just there's something there as we find a piece of heart at the library. And oh no, Dark Shadows took a death.
Yep, unable to actually make it to the vanilla big key chest. The dark room's trolling him ever so slightly, but I
Yeah, you really
believe
need a
this
sword
will lead him toward Kakariko Village.
Yeah, you really need a sword to see your way through the dark, or at least some way of doing it. Boomerang can help you out a little bit. Oh, but
Speaking
there's
of a sword,
fighter sword at the race. 9-second time, pretty good. Fastest I've done is 8. Dark Shadows checking the backside of Sanctuary sewers. And we got 10 bombs, a small key. It's a desert palace. That's a good one. That's one of the important ones.
Yep. It actually blocks 3 items in the logic. Mainly because the logic says you need both the big and small key to beat Lanmolas, because it assumes you'll do something dumb with the other key.
Alright, good to know. And we're seeing a dam check here. Meanwhile, Dark Shadows is going to Kakariko. Will pick up their Moon Pearl. The question is, do they check Village of Outcasts right away, or if they stick around and check other spots?
I imagine they'll finish checking the things in Kakariko, mainly on account of not having a mirror.
Did you see what I just saw?
I did. The bottle in the sunken treasure location, that's going to be a little inconvenient, to be honest, because you wanted to check the sick kid while you're in Kakariko, and now you're out. But you're fine.
Yeah. That's kind of another...
You can just flute back.
That's one of the advantages of the Holder Hand route as well, is that you can opt to do South Sword instead of Kakariko. But I think no matter which way they go, they had to at least start somewhere. Because they had a sword over there, which tempts them to go to Eastern, and Eastern has the closest chance to Kakariko, and South Shore. Small key found. We got another key to Mire. Pieces of heart. $20 and 5 bomb upgrade.
Yep. So there are a couple of chests in Mire that the logic actually cares about having small keys for.
Oh, right. Dark Shadows never go this way, so he didn't have the boomerang to see in the dark. Forgot about that. He had no way of seeing in the dark. And a quick fleet over to 8 for Dao. He's going to check Ice Rod Cave. You were saying, by the way?
Yeah. So the Misery Mire actually has a couple of chests that do care about the keys for the purposes of the logic. Those are just the ones on the left side behind the fire source. But it requires you have all 3 in the logic. So you shouldn't treat Misery Mire keys as an indication there might be something there unless you find all of them.
Good to know. I don't know all of the ins and outs of the randomizer. I just know that none of the keys are technically required.
Correct.
To clear.
There's no reason for you to actually have them. So Dao's gonna head to the back of Escape, get some things done here. The Dark World access granted by the Mitts and the Moon Pearl is kind of the least convenient Dark World access. you know?
And we see a crystal at Hera. Interesting.
Interesting. I mean, it is convenient in that you don't have to go around pound down the peg to get to that one portal in Kakariko, but that's the only portal that you have.
Yeah, it's kind of inconvenient in that regard.
And until you find the hammer, the Aga thing is still on the table.
Yeah, because of they need the flippers or the hammer to get over to Dark Palace. And if they find the flippers, they still need the hammer potentially for a Fat Fairy play.
Correct.
Uncle has a map to Thieves Town. Very nice find. Dark Shadows getting their swag duck online. We also have a small key to Turtle Rock. That is actually an important one.
Mm-hmm. You're going to need at least 3 of those to complete the dungeon.
With some scenes, I've seen that they require 4.
Right.
Just because that.
Now, of course, you never know if that's going to be required or not, but you hope it's not, because
like half the season comedy, it's like lamp. Oh, there's a chicken clip.
yeah, it's a passable chicken clip.
I'd give it a 4. I have actually, I'm not kidding you, I have got it all the way to that second room 3 different times.
Yep. Sometimes you can get it to the second room and it can stand in front of the chest and troll you.
Alright, first yard checkpoint here. Just 20 rubies, but he's going to move on and see what else is in there.
Now, I don't expect much in these 2 chests down here for another weird logic quirk, in that these 2 chests require, in the logic, that you have found the Hyrule Castle small key. So
that's strange.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you could steal that first key and go to the back of Escape. So you could do dumb things with your keys and lock yourself out of here. Now, if you do find something in here, then you would expect one of the chests you open along the way to be the Hyrule Castle small key. Somewhere else in the world that's available.
Yeah. And Dark Shadows now has their sword. Will most likely stay in the light world just for a little bit longer. Just loot it for all it's worth. Which I would say is the best play. Meanwhile, Dao is dealing with this ball and chain guard.
I like the 8 slash strats.
Yeah, I actually try to go for the pot. Oh, wow. But yeah, I bait him over so he's starting moving towards the pots in the cell next over. And then I chuck him in the pot, and that way when he moves back on screen, I'm still grabbing the second pot, and I kill him, and then I just keep walking and grab the key as he finishes dying, and then open the door. And without,
Pot strats are fine. They are gonna be a little slower in the long run, but they're very safe. Let's put it that way.
And we have a crystal at Palace of Darkness, so the bow is inevitably required before we get to Ganon's Tower. So we'll have
So that means
Patrol,
we will not see the bow in GT.
Because still see it on a pedestal. We don't know that yet.
You know what is alive? The hook shot in the big chest of Ganon's Tower dream.
Yeah, we actually had, I believe there was another race earlier, I was watching it. We actually had the hookshot on Bob's torch.
Nice.
So we shall see what we got here.
Yep, Dark Shadows is making the Skullwoods play.
Alright, already in Dark World. Meanwhile, Dao is heading to Eastern and will get their Titan's Mitt. So the routes are sort of converging right now, but we'll see if it's going to be any different when they reach Dark World. I think Dao has a few more maps. And that's 300 rubies right there. That's actually a great find.
Yeah. So Dao has the map to Thieves Town. We know that because he went to the uncle. And I don't believe Dark Shadows has gone to Uncle yet.
No.
The only
But,
thing of relevance anywhere near there is that Turtle Rock small key.
yeah. One of the things, though, Nope, lost it. Forgot. Don't remember what I was gonna say.
Words are overrated. So this Gibdo room is not fun.
No, it's not.
Now, it is possible to kind of manipulate the movements of the Gibdos because they're basically 100% predictable depending on where you are. But it's not easy, and nobody wants to do it.
And a small key there to Dark Palace.
Yep,
I
so
believe
we
that
get
is. Is that our second one or is our first one?
I don't think I've seen one yet.
Alright. We'll know when they do a map check or something. We'll keep an eye on it.
But yeah, the pod keys are pretty important for pod, and since it's a crystal, you know you're gonna have to do it.
There's the talismans for Dao. And he has the sword and the Eastern Palace big key, so they're gonna get a couple more so he's gonna get a couple more items. And what's in the big chest? It's ether. Oh, you know what? That's actually really good.
Yeah,
Because,
ether could be huge.
well, you remember you were talking about how those Gildos are annoying?
Yeah,
Ether kills them instantly.
ether takes care of those.
So Dao will have an infinitely easier time with them.
He does have to have magic though, which no one has picked up any magic yet.
Oh, I'm sure we'll find some.
I'm sure they'll get some eventually.
It's another small piece of Dark Palace, and I just now remember what I was saying. With all that money that Dark Shadows has, Zora's now in the logic.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do have the means to reach him, albeit on foot.
Yeah, they'll probably get there on water.
Yep, walking on the water. Let's be real here, that's the only way to get to him. Piece of heart in the shed here, and I barely missed what that item was on Dow. I think it was heart piece.
Also a piece of heart.
Yeah, so nothing good in the remaining chests. And here we go with this chess game. Guaranteed item, 10 arrows, and just a small key to Turtle Rock. That's pretty good.
That's 2. We are on 2 Turtle Rock small keys, and now Dark Shadows will be making the dip into Thieves Town. Thieves Town in Keysanity is a 4-chest overworld cave with a back door.
Pretty much, yeah. And we see that the Sick Kid only had some more explosions for us. And not even, but the back was empty.
Alright, Dow will be making his way into the Dark World.
Yes, and we'll see whether or not we have a good amount of crystal dungeons here.
If and when he checks that map.
Probably gonna do some item cleanup first. I dare say that in terms of overall information, Dark Shadows is slightly ahead. Comes to Tower Hera.
Meh.
And just Hera expansion.
Yeah, so Thieves Town front end just basically garbage today.
And takes his hug to the Zazak, but that is a death warp if I ever saw one, so.
Yeah, basically. Alright, so I imagine we'll see some digging game action here in a second.
Yep. But they might also check Stumpy, and it looks like they're gonna do that first.
I mean,
And then probably end it with Jeremiah and the World Tour.
yeah, so we go to digging game, then we go back up and grab the frog because you can't start digging game if you've got somebody following you. And then
That's 7
Ooh.
digs for the fire rod. That is a very fast digging game.
He's gonna get a little more money while he's at it. Because why not?
It makes sense. It makes sense, because if he can get up to 600, he can afford pretty much everything he needs for the rest of the seed. In terms of required payments.
So how likely do you think he is to go back to Skullwoods?
Not very likely right now, and I say that because of his magic.
Yeah, there's a little bit of magic you can pick up in there if you really want to.
Yeah, but I'd say you're already in the South Dark World. Finish checking it.
Yeah.
We'll go back to Skullwoods later. Accidentally falling off the cliff there.
Yeah, so one thing without the mirror, he's gonna have to take Jeremiah on a tour.
Yes, and that is in the logic. The same quit with the
Yep.
frog. I know this because it actually tripped me up when the change was made.
Yeah, I think that was like V25 or something.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, and they gave you they made it possible for the mirror to be on the blacksmith.
Boy, did you see what that was?
Mm-hmm.
That was a Castle Tower small key. We're now missing
Alright.
one more key in the lamp to technically have again the logic. But again, we don't know if he's required. Because what he's guarding is just a small key.
Yeah, so the dark rooms in Aga Tower are
A nightmare.
kind of bad, but going up to that chest is actually okay.
More
It's
information. Is this even randomized? That's vanilla.
Yeah, it
Probably not
actually is vanilla this time. I saw Misery Mire Ice Palace the other day, so that's like 6'5" instead of 5'6". But yeah, this is actually vanilla.
Wow, and there's the lamp. At Hype Cave. And we also have a piece of heart. The bow!
The bow!
Another piece of heart. And 20 rubies. That is a great Hype Cave, but that's also bad. Because now we are literally just the second Castle Tower key away from having a forced Aga.
Well, I wouldn't say forced Aga so much
Or
as
Aga being unlocked, rather. We'll go with
yeah.
that.
Now, the only small key that could really, really be there that would really troll you is the Swamp Palace small key.
Yeah, because you need
And-
because normally, folks, if you're playing open, that's not Keysanity. That first chest has a small key guaranteed every single time. Keysanity, we shuffle that somewhere else.
Yeah. Now, that being said, you don't necessarily need the Swamp Palace small key for this particular seed, because Swamp Palace is a pendant.
No, but it could have a progression. And Skullwoods is a pendant. And Thieves
Interesting.
Town is a crystal.
So, looks like we have located all of our pendants.
Have we?
Well, we've got Tower of Hera marked as a pendant, and we've got
No, that's a
Swamp Palace
crystal.
marked as. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe it was Crystal 4. We don't know where our last pendant is. We don't know where the red one is. And in all honesty, I'm kind of hoping it's Turtle Rock.
Yeah, seems legit.
DarkShadows picking up their first bottle. Dow finishing the world tour right now. I think DarkShadows is going to set up for Houlihan after this. Or not Houlihan, Fake Favors. Getting my tricks mixed up. And with the blacksmiths are blastsmiths. Okay, that works.
Blast Smiths, I love it.
And DarkShadows getting their rewards out of Moldorm Cave.
Which is not much.
And Dow is going to finish off Eastern Palace. And
Yeah, that does seem like a pretty solid play.
do we have the map of this place, by the way?
I don't know.
Well, if it's our red pendant, then we know where all our crystals are. Just simply because we know where all the other important ones are. And as Dow goes into their second dip into Eastern Palace, which is somewhat common, you see GR Shadows checking Ice Arcade, picking up whatever they got. Oh, it's a full heart.
I'm certainly not going to turn that down.
Nope. Especially because you have no choice when you open the chest.
That is true. Oh, looks like Dark Shadows. Oh, he's just going to flute to 8. I was like,
Yeah. Saves him a little bit of time. And second try fake clever. I almost said water walk. Too soon there. Meanwhile, Dow is on their way to Armos Knights.
what do you think the odds we see red boomerang strats are?
Something none.
That's what I thought.
Alright, let's see what our favorite bridge Chobo has. The compass to Thieves Town. Not necessarily required. Actually, it's not required at all. What am I talking about?
Yeah, whenever I hear compass, I just don't even look. I'm like, it's a compass to who cares?
Yeah, it looks like Dow is setting up for the quick kill. Looks like they're in a great position for it. And gets
nicely
it. And
done.
it's the box!
Oh!
And it's the red pendant as well!
Oh, wow.
Wow!
So now we definitely know where all the crystals are.
And we know where our boots are, and that's a huge note note as well. Because I almost forgot, that's the other missing piece of the puzzle for that key the Aghanim's guarding.
That is true.
And he doesn't look too happy about it. Big key found for Ice Palace
Nice.
and the Book of Medora.
Ooh.
Which means Desert is available, but it's, by the logic, it's flute.
It's
No, they
flippers
can-
locked.
No, it's either flippers or mirror locked.
Yeah. And then there's, of course, they do have the small key for Desert, if I recall. And so they can get in there and get a few items more than they normally could.
Yeah, we're about to see what medallion I think Meyer is. We didn't see it already. Park container from King Zora, and the medallion is Vanilla Ether for Misery Meyer, and he's going in. And I did see that big key on Zora Cliff. Unfortunately, we can't confirm which big key it is because we cannot reach it without the flippers. No matter how much, how many minor glitches you try to do, you cannot reach that small key or that ledge.
There's a boot thing you can do.
There is?
Yeah. You have to set up both the fake flippers and the boot dash water walking, which is a whole nother animal, and I don't even know how to do it. But you can put those together and get there.
Interesting. Let me see. Dow checking Missouri Meyer. And Dark Shadow, where are you going? Are you doing what I think you're doing?
Oh my.
Get the hype ready, folks. We are about to see if we have a pedestal seed. He does not want any piece of that.
In 3, 2, 1. Piece
Not
of heart.
required. Piece of heart, just a little bit of love. Which I suppose is a relief for him. Leaves just Aghanim to troll us. And there's the hookshot in Meyer. Boots
Oh
required.
my.
Boots required.
Absolutely.
That is going to... The longer Dark Shadows delays going to kill Armos Knights, the more time Dao has to beat him. Because he's getting all these checks done faster and faster with those boots. And there's also the fact he is going to have a huge advantage in terms of just places cleared as a result.
Indeed. So we're gonna deal with this particular dungeon. I don't think we found the big key of Mire.
I don't think we have either, no. And even then, we don't have Samaria to reach the basement. So all it would do is unlock the big chest if we did have it.
So we found the hookshot actually in one of those 2 chests that cares about the small keys for Mire.
And there's a map on Dark Shadows, but isn't a map we care about, because there are 2 dud maps. Going the long way despite having the hookshot.
I think if you could do the bootstraps,
Oh
it's better.
my goodness.
Oh wow! The Cade of Samaria in...
It's vanilla dungeon, albeit 1 chest over.
Yep.
And 5 rupees. Now we are still missing the big key here. So the big key is in here. Vanilla. And it's vanilla dungeon. That'd be insane. It is not.
Alright, so the Cane of Samaria is going to give you the potential to reach portions of Turtle Rock.
And I have the Graveyard Tracker's Urnal. Dao is wrecking this seed. And he's gonna check the King's Tomb here.
Yeah, the hookshot and the Titan's mitts
Blue mail. Nice banana hat there.
it does feel like that east side of Death Mountain would be pretty good. And you might end up making the Turtle Rock dive.
Can't do Turtle Rock, no hammer.
Well, it's gonna be over there. You got like 13 chests you could check over there. One of them's gonna have the hammer.
20 rubies here in Desert Palace. This is off sequence. Because he fake flippered for this. And another 20 rupees. So the Smoking Desert technically not required. At least in terms of what you can actually reach, but logic-wise,
Correct.
once again, you said that you need the small and the big key. And Quake on the old man. I didn't quite catch that. And we see some super speed from Dao. Just casual super speed. Big key to Tower of Hera, so Hera also is out of sequence. That's interesting.
Yep,
And
so you're gonna need the mirror or the flippers to access Hera.
And we have the map on the torch. That is interesting as well. Again, it could be one of those 2 done maps. The ones that I'm talking about are, of course, the Ganis Tower map, which we don't really need because we know there's nothing there, as well as Hyrule Castle's map. And Hera is still technically in the logic. Small key to Ganis Tower found by Dark Shadows. And the reason why I say that it's in the logic is because there's still those 2 chests in the initial entryway. One downstairs and one in the back.
Yeah, but I mean, we still can't even access Hera.
Now that's true enough.
There's the
flippers. All right, so never mind. We are on sequence. Dao is going to be on sequence to get everything that Dark Shadows is checking now. And it was over in Paradox Cave too, so him not checking certain locations cost him because you needed the hook shot. 300 rupees. The map to Ice Palace. We already know that's a crystal though. Mushroom. Heart piece and another small key to Ice Palace. So
Was that
really,
both Ice Palace small keys?
no, one of them was the map.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
But I'm gonna say it. I think Dark Shadow's early routing actually kind of screwed him out. Because look at Dow's rupees. He only just now is close enough to even think about Zora. And I think that's what led Dark Shadows astray here, is checking Zora as early as they did.
Yeah, it's entirely possible.
And he's...
I was gonna say, Dow's about to be disappointed. Oh, he was just checking the island, though.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch it, though.
It looked like a big 20 to me.
Yeah. Small Cage Rock found by Dark Shadows. Moving on. That's old news as well. Small key again, Sarah found, and someone's asking if I'm from Poland. No, I'm not nowhere near.
Yeah, you're probably closer to Poland than Australia, but not much more.
I don't know. How far is Poland from the States?
It's not closer than it's closer than Australia. Well, depending on which part of the States.
Anyway, Super Renegade being checked by Dow as well, while Dark Shadows is checking the escape sequence.
All right, let's see what's in Super Bunny Cave.
And what do we have? We have found the big key to Desert Palace and a fairy in a bottle.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
And now we can go check the Hookshot Cave. He is going to see what medallion is required for Turtle Rock. It's Ether.
Ether. So the one medallion he found over Dark Shadows is the one he needs. Actually, it was the one in East
It was.
Palace.
It was the big chest of Eastern.
All right, Hookshot Cave being checked here as we see Arrows dressed in Dark Shadows. Just a compass. I don't care what it's for. 20 rupees. Seeing a death form on Dark Shadows and half magic. Hello.
That may have been the first magic Dow picked up. And the
there's
swamp key.
That is a lot of items here. I don't know. We don't have access. Our
Can't get in yet.
No. Our trackers do not have the keys on them. But we're getting pretty close to the keys we need to finish the seed, aren't we?
I mean, we're pretty close.
Probably
we're missing some pod keys.
Yeah, we're missing some pod keys. We're at least missing one Turtle Rock small key and the big key. I don't think we've ever seen that yet either.
I mean, you could shoot all the way to Helmosaur if you wanted to, but you're going to risk some potential problems if you do that.
Yes, well, we don't want to talk about it. And there's another 300 for Dark Shadow. And Dow with that half magic is going... I like this. He's going to Mothla. Or Mothra, whatever his name is.
Mothula, yes. He has not even been to Skull Woods yet, so he's gonna get some of the things out of here.
Mr. Post is asking what was that Sick Kid? Sick Kid, I think, didn't have anything to...
It was bombs.
Yeah, it was bombs.
Dark Shadows is checking Castle Tower.
I mean, he's got 2 items here he can get. This could be important. But yeah, our second bottle was found in Super Bunny Cave. It was the fairy in a bottle. Dark Shadows has not been up that way yet. Oh, trying to do fire art strats here, but unfortunately out of magic. And these guards do not let up. These are relentless. First item is just bombs in Aga Tower. And the swag net. Nice place for it. Right
Yep.
on the way up to fight Aga 1.
Right in the place where you need it.
Well, we might not need it. That's the thing.
I don't know what you're talking about. If you have the net, you have to go kill Aga. That's the rule, right?
Well, we have to kill Aga regardless. Small key found to Dark Palace for Dao. Is that 3 or 4? I forget.
I think that's 2, because I think Dark Shadows already found that one.
Oh yeah, 2 for him.
All right, so Dark Shadows is going to head back into Eastern. This will finally get him those boots, which may lead him toward that hook shot.
I was gonna find it eventually. Dao is going straight to the back.
Yeah, this is probably the proper routing when you do not have the mirror. Because basically beating Mothula will give you a, quote, free mirror to the front, and you can then check the bridge chest there if you want to.
And gonna go ahead and use fire rod shots here to get rid of these Gyarados. Again, Ether does work on them. It is a full kill on them, does not freeze them. So interesting that they chose that strategy for them.
Yeah, and I like the idea of using Ether on multiple Gyarados if you need to get rid of them, but if you're careful there, you don't actually need to get rid of them. So what we have here is the worst. It's called Fighter Sword Mothula. Get out.
But we have half magic fire, so it's gonna be a little bit easier on Dao.
Right, that's less bad.
Oh, he's gotta be careful. He's almost at. There
All
it
right.
is. Good,
problems
clean
there.
fight. And Mothula only had 10 arrows, and the blue pendant. Okay, I flinched there a little bit. I was like, wait, he's gonna check pedestal, isn't he? No, he's already checked pedestal, I think.
Well, no, it's Dark Shadows to check pedestal because he has the book.
So he's getting that second pendant just in case, but we know it's not required.
The pedestal, by the way, once again having just a piece of heart.
Oh, and he skipped the chest that's... Ooh. He skipped that small chest in the Mothula's area.
Ooh, yeah, that could be important. For all we know, it could have the hammer.
Or the ice rod, because Turtle Rock is a crystal.
Yeah. Really wanting to find that hammer, though, because there's a lot of stuff in this seed locked behind it.
Yeah, in terms of items we absolutely need for go mode, it's the ice rod and the hammer, really. Mirror's just a convenience at this point.
Yeah, basically. Then, of course, we need the Gens Tower big key.
But yes, I was only referring to the item go mode, not necessarily the full go mode.
Yeah, and I was gonna qualify that anyway.
Dark Shadows gets their boots and their red pendant. And pretty much the same. Also knows now what all the dungeons they have to do. The problem is he's got a little bit of work ahead of him. Dao's already got a head start on him.
Now, Dal may be led astray by this book here in a second, but maybe not.
Oh, actually,
He can actually finish Desert, though.
more importantly, though, Zernal's pointing out in chat, there was a big key on the Sora ledge. He can get it. Dark Shadows did not have the means to reach it before.
Wow. Yeah.
There's the hammer, though! It's at the bulk rocks of the sanctuary. Dao has not checked there yet.
I can't believe that. Like, he checked King's Tomb, and he didn't check Bonk Rocks.
He must have slipped his mind. That is a huge setback for Dao if he doesn't remember.
And you know, once you've done King's Tomb, you kind of tend to assume you've done Bonk Rocks.
And this is the big key to Misery Mire.
Oh, that's important.
So we're now missing the ice rod in terms of item go mode, but we are nowhere near the keys necessary to finish. Actually, we're
actually
forgetting.
kind of near.
Actually, we're also forgetting one other thing. We need another sword.
Eh. Yeah, we could definitely do with another sword for sure.
We can't even kill Ganon right now.
Who needs to kill Ganon? Maybe us. Anyway.
We need yes. Journal's giving us the information here in chat. We need the Thieves Town, the Palace of Darkness, the Turtle Rock, and the Ganon Tower big keys, along with Ice Rod. But we also need a handful of small keys as well. Dao. Oh, I don't like this play at all.
I don't know. I think Ice Palace is the best play.
Without the hammer?
Not without the hammer. You're right. I think the next progression is actually going to be an Ice Palace. He's just not going to be able to get to it.
And Dark Shadows is on their way to Moth. And there's that one chest right there. That chest, Dark Shadows is checking it. We're seeing some clean execution here at the Stalfos room. Very nicely done. I don't think I need to tell you how that works as Dr. Bob. I'm pretty sure you already know.
Yeah.
For those that don't, for some reason, if at least one Stalfos is down, they're all vulnerable. So you get a 2-for-1 deal like that if you set it up just right. And using the spin setup, interesting. I gotta learn to do that. And Mr. Pokes, yes, we do have the Ice Pass big key. It was in Waterfall Cave. And that's probably what led him over here to begin with. We're in my favorite room, Penguin Bowling. It doesn't have the right bowling ball for it, though. That being the Tempered Sword.
Yeah, a lot of times when you come in there with less than the Tempered Sword, you'll drop a couple bombs and then bonk off the right wall. That'll get you over the dudes and then blow them all up.
Yeah, and we have a map here for Desert Palace. Although maps are useless at this point, I think. No, Dow I don't think has checked the bomb shop. And Shadows is fighting this Gibdo with Fighter Sword. Using the spike. And we just got a compass over in the freezer room. And the Fisher Price shield has been found. And Dao is just gonna ignore everything else here and goes. Oh, but wait, he can't fight.
Yeah, he's gonna go to iced tea room. Is where he's gonna go.
Yeah, and
he's
that's
gonna
it.
leave.
He can't do anything else. And the
Nicely done, Dark Shadows. Much harder fight without half magic.
Yeah, and picks up his blue pendant. Not necessary in this seed, but nice to have. He might do. I wonder if our runners will do a swag pull just for the sake of it. And the single arrow has been found.
So, did Dark Shadows check the first chest in there?
Yes, he did. I did not catch what it was though.
Okay.
Bird. Come on, thank you. Carry down to his destination, which is location 6. Oh, Smokey the Turtle Rock was there.
Yeah, that's number 3. That's important.
Yes.
We about to see an Agnes Cave check? Looks like it.
Actually, the only way this hurts Dao, actually, is if the chest in the big key room, vanilla big key room of Turtle Rock, is progression in some form. If it's not, he can avoid picking up the chest and go straight to Trinex and be perfectly fine. So he can afford to miss that key in Skullwoods. Dark Shadows having a little bit of trouble with the item dash. I think Dao will check Bonk Rocks as he's passing over to check Graveyard Ledge, maybe.
Maybe.
I think that's his only way to remember at this point. I'm not saying he will, mind you. I'm just saying that's his best shot. But that implies that he finds the mirror. Meanwhile, we are seeing the purple chest being brought back. Dao did not do this, I don't think. And it is a small key to Ice Palace.
So that's the second small key for ice. We also have the big key, so now the logic says that you can do cold stare. Actually, the logic says you can do cold stare with only one small key if you can find the Cane of Samaria.
And we did. Cane of Samaria is open to them. And it looks like Dark Shadows is going to take a little bit of a risk here.
Yeah, the dive into pod. There's a lot of items. You've got the bow and the hammer. Oh wait, never mind.
No, never mind. He's gonna deviate from that route. Gonna go check the pyramid. And there was something for Thieves Town in that chest.
It was the big key.
Big key to Thieves Town in the big chest of Desert Palace. Oof. That means it's another first double dip for Dark Shadows. And what do we have on the pyramid here? We have Master Sword.
Nicely done. So that's gonna be big for Dark Shadows. Gonna hope Dao gets there at some point.
Well, even
Though,
Even
you know
Dao-
what would be hilarious? You get all the way through Ganon's tower, not find a sword, and you step down and check the pyramid.
there was actually a race I took part in that was a scenario. And fortunately for me, it was not a scenario I could do. Because I checked the pyramid right away, and that happened to be my first sword.
Gross.
Yeah, I don't remember the other 3 stores in that seed. They were kind of all over the place. Catfish check on Dark Shadows end. What do we have from him? It's just a heart. I'm sure the catfish doesn't need that. Let's not go any further than that.
Yeah. It's not like it's a vital organ. All right, let's move on.
And a very nice 0 cycle, or 1 cycle from them. Only getting a heart piece though, but gets a crystal out of desert. So that puts Dow actually on the first crystal of the match. And we're approaching the hour mark. Make sure to give these guys a follow, by the way. They are putting on a pretty good run here. And once again, make sure to give our tracker Zernul a follow, as well as our restreamer. What's the restreamer's name? I forget again.
Ventalis.
Mentalis. And, oh, yeah, us too. Maybe. That's commentators here. Our names are on screen.
All right, so now Dark Shadows is going to make that pod play that we were talking about.
Yep, and Dow is going back into Beasttown. You can get most of the items out of here. The only thing you can't get is that big chest.
So we have not found the small key then?
Oh yeah, I'm not found the small key to Beasttown.
Okay, so
And even if he did, he doesn't have the hammer.
right. So another logic thing here. You
Big key to
it
swamp
also
isn't found.
would have the small one. Unless, of course, the small key is in that big chest. That's the one case where you don't need it.
And we see that Dark Shadows only has 2 keys here in pod. Doing a little initial sweep though, with the boat and hammer in tow, and collected roughly half the chest, I'd say. We got another item here for Dow. 20 rupees. And Chad is pointing out we have not turned to that mushroom yet.
Oh, yeah. Mushroom time could be a thing.
I think Dow, however, is saving it. And I actually do like that play.
I mean, he could go do the fake powder glitch like right now if he wanted to.
No, he can't. No hammer. And no mirror.
Oh, no mirror. I was like, he's got the mirror. He's got a thing. He's got a cane of Samaria. What are you talking about? Yeah.
He doesn't have the means to reach the cave, but that's most likely what he's saving the mushroom for.
I keep combining the items that everybody has in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thoughts are hard sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, so that chest that Dow just opened is the only other one that the logic says is open to him right now.
Yeah, can't get the big key chest, but he can kill blind.
Yeah, he can kill blind. Logic doesn't think so, but he can.
Alright, and Dark Shadows is checking this one off here. Just for a heart piece, though. And another bottle found in the basement. Now, because of the way he routed this, he is going to have to do the boat path again. And I think his routing was... I honestly think his routing was just a touch iffy. As we have a small key here, the Dark Palace, that's the third one, I think.
Yep. The third one sort of gives you that magic number of there might be something in the back here.
And yeah, that's what I was sort of getting at. With the 2 small keys, the Dark Shadow says, I would have gone to the back and opened up all those chests.
then I would have opened up the one in the Harmless Hellway. And then came back down and opened the 2 chests. The chest on the half ridge here, and as well as the one
yeah, so
downstairs.
So the difference there is some people are like, well, you know what? I'm gonna take care of this one because then I can jump down and do the basement chest and all that mess.
DarkShadow's trying to bomb that red beetle. Fortunately, in his way. Can use Ether on it actually to freeze it.
Yeah. Or you could just go out the door on the bottom and reset the enemies.
Yeah, that too. I've also seen strategies in which you use the Cane of Samaria to actually block the beetles from not coming onto this little section.
Yeah.
Make sure
Bombs. The crystal beetles react very strangely to bombs. They don't take damage. They just get frozen.
Yeah, it's strange that way.
Okay, so Dow is looking at Bumper Cave.
Oh boy.
Maybe he will check Bonk Rocks.
And meanwhile, we are seeing the hammer yum. But Dark Shadow says no time. Gotta reset. We're not gonna see Bonk Rocks because he has to pass by, but maybe crossing over that spot of the land in his head, it will will trip his memory.
Yeah, I sure hope so.
Actually, where is he going? As we did do the hammer up. The Spooky to Tower Hera. Yeah, he's heading over to Catfish now.
Just gonna get a little bit of big love.
And he's getting the 2 chests in the dark. We missed one. Because I was looking away. I got 20 rupees in the other one. Going to be taking a death here. Doesn't want to spend the extra key. And I do not blame them.
Yeah, well, he literally can't. He doesn't have any more.
And Dark Shadows is going to go ahead and check the other. I don't like what he just did, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, so he did the hammer up first?
Instead of checking the chest in the dark.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah.
Because
you
especially since if you go to the back room first and you come down, you can actually do the hammer yump from that side, and it's a lot safer and fast, and you get more time.
Yeah, because it only starts activating when it's on screen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Dow is going to be picking up their Master Sword. And let's hope that their memory triggered that they haven't checked Bonk Rots when they, again, passed over that spot in the Dark World. Because if he wrote it off, then that's going to be a huge problem.
Go out the door. There you go.
Dow's like, I'm not dealing with this again. Nope. And
Speaking of Dow, he is going to head to the Palace of Darkness here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but Dow will be stopped relatively quickly. Unless they open the entrance. The front door.
Ugh. Well, that might be something they do.
Yeah, optimally, if you get 4 keys to Dark Palace out of the 6, there's our other Castle Tower key.
Oh boy.
But yeah, if you get 4 out of the... Optimally, you only need 4 of the 6 Desert Dark Palace keys in order to get through.
So if Dow doesn't remember Bonk Rocks, this is going to lead him to Agate Tower to get that small key.
Yeah. Cause yeah, Aga's dead, except for that small key. Which, for all we know, could be a small key we still need. It could still be a Palace of Darkness small key.
In theory, yes.
I think that's actually the only small key we need is the Palace of Darkness small key.
Yeah. Dow needs a Turtle Rock one, because he didn't get the chest in the back of Skullwoods.
No, he did not. Checking Spy Cave. This has actually trolled a few runners that I know of. With having progression. So let's see if Dark Shadows made the right call here. Silver
arrows.
Well, rip the rest of the bosses. Not gonna have
wrecked,
any
Victorious.
issues. And also those silvers make it so that he can potentially just do Master Sword Ganon.
Yeah, I mean, Master Sword Ganon is, doable both ways, but it makes it a lot easier with silvers.
Yeah, and Dao takes a death. I don't know where they died, but they died.
They died on the right side because they don't have the hammer, so I think that was just to get back to the front.
And he's opening the front door. That means he's gonna need at least one more key.
Indeed. Now, of course, if you actually get into go mode and you know you don't need anything else, you can complete the entire dungeon with just one more key.
Yeah.
Because you just go kill Helmosaur. But you want to make sure that you are in actual go mode before you do that.
Yeah, there is kind of an issue if you try to do just jet right through. But interesting here. He's using the ether to get rid of the Wizrobes.
Oh, he actually nailed the timing because they're not vulnerable for very long.
Yeah, I actually know the timing. It's actually not that difficult. I used to do it all the time.
Just let me have this. No, I'm kidding.
But no, seriously, I actually used to do it on the Ganon's Tower Wizards all the time. Until I realized
Alright.
that Mario Strat had existed, and then I started doing that instead.
Yes, Mario Strat is so fast. So good.
I actually started doing some Mario Strat in that room. Not sure if it's faster, but it's a little bit more magic efficient.
Yeah, and it could very well be faster depending on what you're doing. Probably the fastest way to get through that room is just like sword beams.
Yeah, probably. But let's address the elevator here. Dao has both Castle Tower small keys.
Yeah, and Dark Shadows has the hookshot.
Yep. So he's slowly but surely catching up.
All thanks to that one location that you just forgot.
Actually, I just realized we have the means to check most of... Oh boy. I think I started to see what this logic wants him to do. And this is not a good seed. Because, what did they not have yet in terms of clearing Turtle Rock?
Ice Rod.
They also don't have the big key, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
What if, hear me out here, Turtle Rock has the mirror, and somewhere in the back half of Swamp Palace is the Turtle Rock big key?
That's, vomit-inducing.
It is a possibility.
So where is Dow heading now? He is heading over to Meyer area.
Oh, he has the small key, right? Or the
Well,
big key, rather.
yeah, he's got the big key, so he could finish Meyer.
And then I just realized what that chest was over there. That's a vanilla small key to Meyer.
Oh, that's why the item was why the hookshot was available over there. Like I said, that requires all 3 keys by the logic.
It's always those vanilla keys that really troll you.
Oh yeah.
And
You ever
know
had a
what's
seed with multiple vanilla keys in pod? That's fun.
No, I have not actually. But you know what's going to be very interesting for Dark Shadows here? Right here in this chest.
Mm-hmm.
I might see him do a couple of... No, he's not even going to be frustrated about that. And that's a small key to Ganon's Tower in the big chest. They're actually right next to each other.
That interdimensional high five, so to speak. Ooh, and Dark Shadows
Oh!
getting trolled a little bit
Yeah,
by
dice.
the spikes.
Yeah, back to start he goes, but with next to no magic, he's gonna have to do a little bit more of an improvised strategy on the Whisper Room. Meanwhile, Dow is going to go straight to Vitreous. Doesn't have the silver arrows that Dark Shadows does, but yeah, what strategy do you think he's gonna do? There are so many different ways to kill Vitreous. Hard to keep track sometimes.
All right, so Master Sword, you're probably gonna see the intentional damage and spin strat, but with the cape, he might do cape strats as well.
Yeah, he's got half magic. Bomb strats are completely off the table though, because look at his bombs. He only has 6. He's not gonna be able to do anything to
Yeah,
him.
not happening. You need quite a few bombs to actually take down all those eyeballs.
And I doubt dash strats are also on the table.
Yeah, you could do dash strats, but there's no real. It's not really fast with the
With at least with
with the
Master
Master
Sword.
Sword.
Tempered would probably be consideration.
But yeah, if you just turn on the cape and then just mash the sword button, you'll basically never run out of magic. So you could just kind of get in there.
This one's gonna be cape spins.
All right.
Probably the safest way to take out these eyes quickly. But runs out of magic, so is doing intentional damage strats. And pulls out the bow. Meanwhile, Dark Shadow is in Paradise Cave and finally gets their flipper, so they are back on sequence. The mirror!
Oh, Vinny has the mirror.
That is actually a huge find for Dow, because that will possibly lead him back to the Graveyard Ledge and hopefully to the hammer. We can only hope, though.
Very possible. Though with the equipment he has right now, he may be thinking, oh, that just opened up Swamp.
Oh, you're right. Swamp is also available. And also, that kills my troll.
He's gonna check Checkerboard Cave first.
Yeah, smart idea. Not waste any time. It's right here. Let's go. And it's a small key. What does it do? Turtle Rock. There's the third. There's the 4th small key.
So Dow avoiding one of his own self trolls.
Oh, but no, there is still the off chance.
Well, if there's Ice Rod in the vanilla big key chest or something, then you're a little bit shot. Or big key in the vanilla big key chest.
He's going to Aghanim, folks.
I don't like this play at all.
Yeah, he's
I
gonna
mean,
go to Dark Escape first, get 300 rupees, and then maybe go to Aghanim.
Meanwhile, we're seeing Dark Shadows check Ether.
All right, so the Ether tablet today,
It's just some
explosions.
Yeah, just some bombs. Now, Lumberjack Cave does have a small key that we know of. We don't know what small key it is, but at this point, with Swamp being open to you with all of its items, with Turtle Rock being open to you with all its items, I would not risk that key on Lumberjack being a Piles of Darkness small key. It's more likely that you can find the remaining keys you need elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I think it probably is a pod key. The only other possibility I think is there could be a Ganon's Tower one up there, or Tower of Hera, small key.
Oh, we found the tower here, small key.
We did.
Dark Shadows in the basement. Now it's coffee break.
Oh, okay. So we know where that is. So it's just gonna be, I think it's more than likely to actually be a pod key. So it's probably gonna work out for him. But
What relevant small keys are we missing? We are missing at least 3 small pod keys, and that's it. I believe.
yeah, I think the Ganon's Tower keys aren't completely found either.
Dao had 3 keys, but does not have the hammer, so we open the front door, so he needs 2.
There's the ice rod.
Alright, that's an item go mode for Dark Shadows, but it is not a true go mode yet. He still needs those Piles of Darkness keys.
And also the Turtle Rock big key, and the Ganon's Tower big key.
Yes, he still needs a few more keys in order for it to be a true go mode. Dao, though, will be getting that ice rod himself, but doesn't have the hammer. Which is at the Bonk Rocks. He forgot to check them. It looks like he's forgetting them as well. This is going to be a huge problem for him. So we got another sort of hi-fi situation here. They're on different floors, but they're in the same dungeon. And to my knowledge, both runners have used up all of their small keys that they currently had in Palace of Darkness. So Dark Shadows needs at least 2 more. 3. If he wants to go to the back and check the Harmless Hellway. Dao will need an extra 2 keys because he opened the front door. Or 3 keys, rather, to open the front door.
So I'm feeling like those some of those big keys might be in the Hammerlock section of Ice Palace.
Yeah, some of them might be. Of course, they could all be in Swamp Palace for all we know. We have not touched it yet. And it is green pendant, I might also add. So there is also Sarasso that might have an item.
Yeah, so that's
Control armor has
basically
gone down.
11 items there.
Control armor's down, and it just has... I like to think those are just some leftover pyrotechnics from the boss dying.
Yeah, it seems good. A few duds here and there.
Ice Rod is required for Dao. Again, not any go mode situation yet in terms of items. Still missing the hammer. And Dark Shadows looks to be heading to Turtle Rock. And with 3 small keys, it's a safe play. Gonna make a quick detour and check the Spiral Cave first. I like this play.
Yeah, and I also believe he hasn't checked the
No, I don't. He has not checked
Spiral.
Super. He has not checked
Super Bunny and all that mess. Yeah.
Map of Eastern Palace's old news. And 20 was there. Small key to Ganon's Tower. That's like what, the 3rd one now?
Second or third one at least.
Yeah.
So they can technically check the entire basement and still have a key. So the odds of there being a Ganon Tower big key still in Ganon Tower is actually fairly high.
Yeah. So I also think that, with Dow's go mode item going to be hammer, pretty much at this point, it seems unlikely that he'll actually check Spike Cave for the silvers.
Yeah, we'll most likely see a serverless fight from him.
He'll just hope to pick up the tempered sword at some point, I guess.
Yeah. Which, again, could be on the way for all we know. Could be dropped by Trinex himself as we open up the turtle.
So Dow just poked Moldorm with the Master Sword.
That's not good.
Luckily, I think he did it again, so I think we're fine.
Yeah, he did the pokes on... If you poke him, it does only fighters or damage. Which sets up quite an annoying scenario in which he can go into his hyper state. So he does a second poke there to make sure that he doesn't accidentally put him into that with a second spin.
So Dark Shadows finally picking up that Desert Palace big key.
Yeah, this seed's all over the place. And we're finally seeing the mushroom check.
Which, if we recall, wasn't the big key of Thieves Town locked behind that?
No one's checked the mushroom to my knowledge.
No, the Desert Palace big key.
No.
Because it was in the big chest of Desert Palace, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it wasn't. It was, I think, Paradox Cave.
The Thieves Town big key.
Oh, the Thieves Town big key. Yes, that was there. I thought you were talking about the mushroom.
No.
I'm getting a little confused here. Sorry. Dao is still missing the hammer.
The frustration slashes at the pegs. He's just like, ah.
Little does he realize it's over at the Bonk Rocks. Stay in the light world, man. Oh, please tell me he's going to check Graveyard Ledge. Please tell me he's going to check Graveyard Ledge.
It's entirely possible. Though I think he feels like going to Swamp, and he's just really wanting to go there. And he couldn't get there without the hammer. Oh, well, the good news is he's not going to be able to check much of Swamp.
Yeah, he's going around the long way. Oh, this is an evil troll. Gonna go check the Haunted Grove ledge here. Finds the big 20. Meanwhile, Dark Shadows is finally gonna go pick up this big key he forgot about all the way back in Zora River.
Yeah, but that was the Meyer big key, so that'll lead to his mirror.
Yep, and more or less give him everything he needs to finish the seed.
Let's have Turtle Rock big key show up at
Alright,
Mimic Cave.
A heart container. And Dark Shadows actually forgot that he already checked Sora.
So Dow will be able to check the first two chests here of Swamp here. Little does he realize that he won't get that much farther. Because we know that the hammer, once again, is in those Bonk Rocks.
Yeah, so best case scenario is if he comes in here and it turns out like Turtle Rock big key is one of these.
Yeah, that would be the biggest find right now.
Or even Ganon's Tower big key.
Or both.
First chest, second chest, let's go.
¿Por qué no los dos? Yes.
Dark Shadow is going into Ice Palace. We'll be able to see the other items that we missed here because of the lack of hammer on Dao's part. First
That-
chest, unfortunately, is 10 arrows.
Yeah, not something you want to see. And this will be the only remaining chest that Dao can get his hands on.
And it is a small key to Dark Palace. That's actually really good.
Could actually help him out. You need to check the bonk rocks.
Yeah, but is he gonna go that way? Where is he going, actually?
He might be going to Lake Hylia Island.
We've already seen that, though. It's just a compass.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not sure he's seen that.
He jumped in the water and went to Hobo from the
Oh, okay.
the little...
Well, it looks like he's just going to pod through the water. So once again, no hammer, no quick way to get there otherwise. Well, you know what? Don't pay attention to me, because I can't read what's going on in
He's
Dao's
going to
mind.
Graveyard Ledge. I think he's going to Graveyard Ledge. He's done everything up this way.
Yeah, there is that.
Oh, please, 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 please remember that you haven't checked Bonk Rocks while you're in the area.
The sad thing is he's going to Graveyard Ledge, but he's not going there via the way that leads you next to the bonk rocks.
Now he's double checking this. He's double checking his boots areas.
Okay, I think he'll get there from here.
Yeah, we need to send him our power here because he's a little lost. Graveyard Ledge. It's just money. Come on, man. Check that ledge. Check the bonk rocks. Oh, he's gonna mirror first.
He's gonna mirror bonk.
Yeah, not a good position for the mirror, fortunately. Don't flute. Do not flute. He's going back in the Dark World.
Okay. Don't do it. Don't do it. Where are you going?
He's... Oh, no! Not
Oh,
like
is he gonna
this.
check mushroom?
He already did check Mushroom. Now we're seeing chests we haven't seen on Dark Shadows in, though. Heart Container has been found. And a map to Misery Mire. Not that we needed it.
Alright, so that hammer-locked east section of Ice Palace not being a big deal. Cold Stare could still be a thing.
He's going back to Pod.
Oh no!
Oh no. Well, as much as these runners are getting kind of turned around here quite a bit, especially Dao. Make sure to give these guys a follow. These guys deserve it. This seed's kind of being a thing.
Yeah, so the thing is, Dao, in the beginning of this game, routed the seed just expertly.
But he forgot to check the ball crux. That's like one of the first locations I ever forgot was Bonk Rocks. And he has done Hammer Yum, so he's gonna need to find one more pod small key after this, unless this is another pod small key. It's a big key! To turn a rock!
Wow. So that pod thing, that pod location, very important. Bad news, he
He's
still
the
doesn't
hammer.
have the hammer.
And I apologize if I broke anyone's eardrums there. I kind of got a little overzealous. But where's he going? Come on, man. Remember.
Bonk rocks, bonk rocks.
Meanwhile, Dark Shadows is finishing their full clear of it. Of Ice Palace. We'll be going to Cold Stare.
Alright, so Dao is floating away. Where is he going?
Closest spot to Bonkrox is 3.
That's correct. As the swag judge says, just flew to 3. And he's going to 4.
He's gonna go fight Aghanim.
Gross.
Well, that actually might be good because that'll give him the, because if that is the Palace of Darkness small key, that is the last key he needs, and he will know it.
That's true. And
Actually,
he might go by Bonk Rocks on the way to the silly lumberjack cave.
You're absolutely right. That might be his saving grace. Yep, he's going to Aga Tower, folks.
Well, there's a pod small key at Cold Stare.
Wait, that's all of them, isn't it?
I think that's 5.
That's 5. That's right. I keep forgetting that they hammer yumped. I have not perfected that trick myself.
I believe
Father
Dao
has-
finished Meyer, yes, because the Vitreous had the mirror.
Yes. I hope he does
And
not. Well,
Dark
God.
Shadows just now finished Ice Palace, and it's gonna go finish Desert.
Yes, and jeez. This seed, man. It's gonna be all hyped up.
Yeah, make sure you take your heart medication or whatever you got going on here.
Probably should, yeah.
So yeah, with Dark Shadows finishing that ice, grabbing the big key of Thieves Town out
Yeah,
of the
there's not
big
a lot of-
chest.
Yeah, something Fantalis is pointing out here. Not a lot of keys left, actually. This could just be again his Tower small key. Or it could be a Skullwood small key. I don't think we've seen all of them.
Yeah, I think we've only seen one Skullwood small key. It was in Pod Dark
Here
Basement.
we go. I guess we should ask the chat. That's one game we like to play with this first rendition of Aga. How many blue balls do you think we're gonna get?
My personal answer would be, I'm gonna say 1, just to be nice.
I'm gonna shoot for the common number. I'm gonna go with 2. Someone is asking for 12. Jeez. If people are saying 0, he deserves it. Well, 2 hits so far. Nope.
Look, he
there's
doesn't
1.
deserve anything until he checks Bonk Rocks. That's all I'm saying.
All right, 3. That's actually pretty good thus far. He's on
So
set.
far, just 1.
He's on set for the usual 1 cycle. It'll just be a little bit later. There's the 4th hit.
You said 4th hit, and it sounded to me like you said forfeit.
No, he is not forfeited. Oh, there's the 3rd blue ball, so we're both wrong.
Yep.
And meanwhile, land moles go down quite quickly. They have a piece of heart, and they have the crystal.
So that would be the 4th crystal
And
for
Aga
Dark
is down.
Shadows.
Now, please, Dow, check. Just save and quit. Mirror, save and quit. Good. Go to Sanctuary. Realize you okay, sure, Mirror Bonk first. Come on.
All right, so Dark Shadow's gonna go finish off Vitreous, gonna get the mirror.
And oh, please tell me no. No. No! He's riding through this one screen you never see.
I mean, he'll still kind of go in the vicinity of Bonk Rocks. And that's as close as he's gonna get.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not gonna. He's got a 4. I think.
Bonk Rocks.
All right, what is this small key? There's the small key against Tower and Dark Shadows, and he is finishing up his search of Misery Mire. And this small key was to Ganon's Tower. Aghanim was not necessary. That was a huge time loss.
Yeah, that was the 4th Ganon's Tower key, if I'm not mistaken.
And now he's fluting away.
No!
Fluting to 3. Interesting. Let's go back to Darkhold. Oh no.
So where will he go from here? Oh, I think he's gonna go check that chest in the back of Skullwoods.
That'll give him that Turtle Rock small key he was missing. But he can't get into Turtle Rock. Still needs that hammer. And no, Fake Powder's not in the logic. And even then, he wouldn't be able to get it because he gave away the mushroom. Oh, he's checking the big chest here. No?
I'm not entirely certain he has the big key for Skullwoods.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, he's gonna check the back chest. He's gonna look in here and then.
Oh
Realizes.
no, no, he's double checking his he's questioning his notes. That's what he's doing because he almost double checked that chest that he already did.
Dow.
He saw it. He saw it.
All right, so Dark Shadows is going to waste Vitreous here with these silver arrows.
Wait. Who's Vitreous again? I don't see him. All I see is a bunch of explosions and a mirror.
Yep.
Absolutely melted Vitreous. And also, that is why the that is why the silver arrows are locked behind Vitreous, because that's how powerful they are.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And Dow is checking pedestal. I realize this is not a pedestal seed, which it can't be because that's not where hammer is. Can't be on hammer because you need the hammer for swamp.
Right. He's like, where is this hammer? And we're like, it's in the Bonk Rocks.
Dark Shadows has the 4th key to Turtle Rock.
And looks like we're actually getting some key updates on our tracker now.
Our tracker Zertle apparently was not aware of that feature. I thought that something was weird. So yes, he'll get that updated for you folks. We see Dow back in desert. Dark Shadows checking Bombos. And oh no, Dow is double checking his locations.
So I can't understand why. Oh, I guess Dark Shadows hasn't gone to Turtle Rock because he doesn't have the big key.
And remember the small key that led Dow to get the Turtle Rock big key in Swamp or Dark was in Swamp in that second chest.
Yeah. Dark Shadows, however, did get a pod key off of Cold Stare, so we may be okay.
Yeah. Dark Shadows also checking the Haunted Grove ledge.
Yeah, I think
Oh my
Dark
goodness.
Shadows has only found 3 pod keys right now.
Yeah, unfortunately for Dow, I can safely say he is completely lost, and I pity him for it. Really do. One location is screwing up his mind so much. Yeah, he doesn't know. Now, if he's tracking this, he might have mismarked, which makes it even worse for him.
So Dow's coming up here to Dark Death Mountain, noticing the fact that he could see that he has checked the Super Bunny Cave.
Yeah, I don't know where Dow. I don't know what's going through Dow's mind right now. Meanwhile, Dark Shadows is checking the north side of Dark World here, making sure he's nice and everything's all cleaned up. He needs to go to Swamp to secure his win, I think.
I believe that he has not finished Thieves Town.
No, he hasn't.
And was there or was there not a small key to pod on Blind? Or am I confusing races?
I don't remember what was on Blind actually.
But our tracker is confirming, yes, there was.
So yeah, this could lead him back to pod because, we know that he did the hammer yump and he skipped the front door, so he should be able to finish it.
Yeah, Dow is just... Again, I feel sorry for him. But, what more can you do?
Yeah, I feel like if Dow never finds the hammer, he'll probably kind of be, searching for it indefinitely until he sees the dot done, and then he'll be like, yeah, I'm done.
This hammer is costing him so much time.
And it's real shame too, because he just destroyed this seed at the beginning.
Yeah. First to find boots, do not check one of the 2 locations that boots were required for. Well, 3 locations, but he already checked library, so details. Yeah, come on, man. Go to Bonk Rocks. 3. 3. And meanwhile, Veda has been picked up for Dark Shadows. Going to go fight Blinds here soon. Fluted to 1. Doubted. Where is he going? He's fluted to 3. Oh, but this was his hand to Dark World.
Meanwhile, Dark Shadows finishes off blind, picks up that small key to pod.
Yep, and that yellow crystal, which is just a cosmetic glitch due to the text box. Oh, he thinks it's the one item left here. But does he have the key? No, he doesn't.
He also doesn't have the hammer. But at least he could immediately check, oh, I have the compass, so that tells me what's going on. Okay, Dao is going north.
Is he going to go right? He's going right. He's going north. He's checking Buffer Cave. Again. He's going back down, though. Please go right. Please go right. He's going right! Oh my goodness. He's right here. He's veering. He found it. He found his block. He's probably gonna blow that chest up in frustration. And speaking of blowing stuff up, Dark Shadows has the big bomb.
And daotmb, all business today, just making use of that hammer. Or finding that hammer and just taking off, getting as much done as he can right now. Where's he gonna go?
He's most likely
Ice.
He's gonna go to Ice and finish it off. He's gonna go to Turtle Rock most likely. We are still missing the big key, I think, for Turtle Rock. Or no, did we find the big key? Yeah, we did find the big key for Dark Pass. Never mind.
Yeah, Big Key Turtle Rock is in Harmless Hellway.
No, that was the Turtle Rock. Big key to the pod, I meant.
No, Big Key pod was way early.
Yeah.
It was in like Well or something. But we need.
So pending on where
Big Key.
So pending on where Ganon's Tower Big Key is, we're in Schrodinger's Go mode. Is what we're in, as we like to call it. We need that Ganon's Tower or Big Key. We don't know where it is, but they have I think they have everything else they need. Do they not?
All right, so Dark Shadows is gonna make his way to pod, finish that off. He'll pick up that Turtle Rock Big Key, and I think Turtle Rock will be his next destination.
The only other place it could be is Swamp. So it's either Swamp Palace, Swamp Palace, Turtle Rock, or Ganon's Tower. So folks, we got a race. And Dao is only behind by 1 dungeon, so he has plenty of time to catch up despite all of his despite that hammer mishap. Now Dark does have 2 keys, so he can full clear.
And he will be doing so.
He is checking that back chest.
He's going to be
Now-
quite relieved that he did go there to check it.
Yes. Now, we are still on Masters over here. Do you think they're going to find Tempered at any point?
I mean, with the Ganon's Tower big key still at large, I think it's likely.
Yeah. Especially because they might check the basement. But Dark Shadow is now more or less caught up in terms of keys to Dao. As we have Dao checking... We're going to go defeat Cold Stare. This is a race, folks. Dao is about a full dungeon behind Dark Shadows, but what they have left to do, he can do it quick.
I think Dao may not have even checked the right-hand side that was hammerlocked. I think he's just clearing this dungeon.
He is full clear. He is just going straight. Yeah, he's in Schrodinger's go mode. He's assuming that the Vacay at this point is either in Turtle Rock or in Ganon's Tower, which, given what we know, is a safe call. Because again, the only other place it could be is Swamp Palace. He's checked most of the seed. He knows he's behind at this point and desperately needs to catch up. Because we are approaching that 2-hour mark, and this is when the mind games start. And what mind games are we talking about, Dr. Bob? The wins the dot done mind game.
Oh,
course.
yeah. See, this is a mind game I don't play. I'm just like, no, I'm just not even going to look.
Yeah, in this race, our opponents are racing each other, so they are wondering when this race is going to end. It is about that time, if you are on a really jet run, that you would be finishing. Dark Shadows, going to fight Helmsley King. Ao is on the way. So this is literally going to need to come down. Do they gamble Swamp, or did they rush to Ganon's Tower? Stay tuned, folks, and once again, make sure to give these guys a follow. They deserve it. They are putting on one excellent race for us tonight.
All right, so the mask is broken on Helmasaur. One silver arrow to the face, and down he goes.
Oh, that is actually the one advantage that Dark Shadows has to keep his speed up. Is that Dao will need to fire 8 arrows into the crystal of Helmasaur King, whereas Dark Shadows only need 1.
All right, nothing particularly important on Helmasaur, and Dark Shadows, I imagine, will be heading directly to Turtle Rock.
Yes. Yeah, he's got blue potions. He's gonna head to Turtle Rock. Pedestal has been checked, Map Girl, and in case you're wondering where the silver arrows are, they are in Spike Cave. Dao will most likely not go there at any point in this run. So he's gonna have to hope for Tempered.
He's gonna be like, "Did you find the arrows in the Dark World?" And he's gonna be like, "What?"
We'll be sure to tell him when time comes.
Like, where precisely in the Dark World did I not check?
The one place you couldn't check without the hammer. Which he was looking for the hammer for a good 30 minutes. He only just now found it in the last 10 or so. And here we go, the fight with Helmets looking for Dao. We need to fell. He needs to fell him and the boss of Turtle Rock the one and only Trinex. Meanwhile, Dark Shadows has entered Turtle Rock at around 155, so this is going to be a really close race here. This is going to come down to execution when they get into Gan's Tower. It may be a little bit of luck. 10 arrows in the first chest of Turtle Rock. With 4 keys, there's no doubt in my mind with the SRVK Lars that we're going to see a full clear strategy. You just do not risk it at this point of the race.
Yeah, you'll be full clearing it until you find that Gan's Tower big key. At which point you will stop checking things.
Yes. The
Though
Gan's
you
Tower,
may check an occasional thing in the hopes of finding the tempered sword.
yeah, they might check stuff along the way, but that's it. $50 rupees and bombs. Gonna go ahead and reload his magic here. And we're gonna start making our way to the depths of Turtle Rock. Meanwhile, Dat is close behind. I'm gonna say he's gonna get into the Turtle Rock at about 158, so he's about 3 minutes behind. No, even less than that. He's gonna be in there about 157. So he's gonna be about 2 minutes behind. Piece of heart in this chain chomp chest. Don't like those things, by the way. They hurt way too much. Yeah, this was the story of how Dao missed the hammer. He got his boots first, checked King's Tomb, but did not check Bonk Rocks. And as a result, his mind got tricked into thinking that he still had to check that he already checked Bonk Rocks for the entire thing, and he kept dodging it until he was absolutely lost, and eventually he remembered. He even killed Aghanim, but he chose to go through the forgotten path next to the castle instead of mirroring to Sanctuary. And the big key chest in Turtle Rock is just a heart container. So we only needed 3 small keys. And yeah, Dao is in here at about 157.30 if I'm going off the current clock. So yeah, about 2.5 minutes behind, but can make up a lot of time here if he gambles.
All right. So, Dark Shadow's probably gonna head out, might check the Mimic Cave in hopes of finding the Gan's Tower big key, and then into the dungeon itself.
Yeah, this is going to be the play here. He already has the mirror out and everything. The only thing that can potentially mess up Dark Shadows now is an accidental death. That sets him back. That'll give Dao the time needed to catch up. Oh, never mind. He just got a full heal. He is not going to die anytime soon.
All right, so now we're going to get to see what the big chest has, followed by the crystal roller room.
And what do we got? We have 50 rupees.
Now, I believe the big key for Skull Woods is still at large. So, if we see a big key, we can't get too excited yet.
No.
Until we see what it's to.
Yeah, the only key that Dark Shadows does not have over Dao is the Swamp Palace big key. So if it's actually in the Swamp Palace big chest, Dao has a little bit of an advantage. I don't quite remember where he picked it up, but it's his only hope right now if it's any sort of gamble. But they're not going to check it at this point. They're
I
going to
thought Swamp Palace Big Key was in Hookshot Cave, and I know Dark Shadows checked that. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe our tracker forgot it. Regardless, we are getting up to Laser Bridge here. We're going to be most likely seeing it from Dark Shadows because he does not want to leave any items behind. Does he take the safety door, though?
Yes, he definitely does have the Swamp Palace Big Key. I just saw it on his menu.
All right, so he found some bombs.
Bombos?
That's not that great. A compass. The desert. And he takes a fall here. It's almost out of magic. Goes ahead and opens up the safety portal. Meanwhile, Dao is getting this heart piece here and gets its own full heal. So now we have one last chest to check here in the laser bridge. Gonna do a laser skip. Gets it easily, and it's just bombs. Alright, so let's try next at the Ganon Tower big key here. Gonna be having a little bit of fun, Dr. Bob.
Yeah, the Trinex Gansar Big Key would be that Trinex troll I was talking about.
Yeah, but if it's not, we get to have a little bit of fun. We'll get to that in just a little bit, though.
Though I think we'd have to add like.
No, there's the big key to Swamp.
Oh, okay.
It's right there in the roller room. So the only one we don't know is Skull Woods. Oh, I think Dr. Bob might have forgot something.
What?
That the head stake need 2 hits, does some magic.
Oh, okay. Well, I think he may have switched to the fire rod there, just to preemptively stop ice stuff from going all over the floor.
Okay, that would make a little bit more sense, actually. And with that down, it's time for the dance. It's with the snake form. Two more hits. One more.
Not just the one.
Yep, I lost count. All right, Trinix is down. What does he have?
It's a small key.
Hyrule
Castle.
Alright, Dr. Bob, we get to play that game.
Yeah, we're gonna have to add a few numbers to the end of it.
No, I've got this cover there. So yes, folks, 22 chests in Ganon's Tower. We're looking for that big key. Give us a number. And if you think it's a Swamp House or somewhere else that's not in Ganon's Tower directly, say number 23. After Tower Room, you know? We're seeing a couple zeros here thinking it's before you even enter.
You know, it'd be a master troll.
If it was just in the... What would it be the Master Troll of Dr. Bob?
Thieves Town Big Chest.
Oh, I love it. All right, here we go, folks. Entering the tower at 2 hours, 4 minutes, 30 seconds. Still have to find that Ganon's Tower or big key. Here we go with the first 2 chests. 20 rupees.
It can't be in Thieves Town Big
And
Chest.
22 rupees. And cannot be in Thieves Town Big Chest. I believe we have checked that already, have we not?
Well, no. No. Yeah, well,
Shovel!
It could,
Shovel the Kenneth Tower big key there.
but we won't find the small key to Thieves Town in here.
You're right.
That could be in Swamp though. But yes, the shovel, that could be an extra fun troll, or the powder, another
Magic
extra
back and
fun
have it.
troll.
Magic back and have it. Wait!
It's
Big
the skull with big key. Get trolled, and
That's chest number 7. But item number 8, I think.
it's a 7, yeah.
Oh, you get the. Oh yeah, they got the shovel, so it is 7. I forgot about that already. Fireball room, 50 rupees. They're up to 8. Meanwhile, Dow is working on Trinex.
All right, so Dark Shadows making his way to the Fire Snake room, followed by Rando room.
Will he go to Armos room though?
I imagine. I mean, if he doesn't find the big key.
All right, here we go. What is in the Fire Snake room? 100 rupees. The one and only. All right, here we go with Rando room, folks.
There's a
Tempered
sword.
10 arrows. 20 rupees. Red mail. Nice finds.
I mean, you certainly wouldn't mind having those, but not necessary.
Well, it means he doesn't have to do the spins against Ganon, which is
Oh
a
yeah,
huge bonus.
extremely good. Extremely good to have. So, if Dow goes right side and finds it,
Then
that's gonna be interesting.
that'll be him catching up. Oh, Dark Shadow grabbed the pot accidentally. Has to do a bomb jump. Oh, it gets knocked off. At this point, do you want to reset the room? Yeah.
Seems legit.
Dow is in the side at 2 hours, 7 minutes, 50 seconds going downstairs. So, only a few bits behind, and unfortunately, we do not get to see Bob the Anti-Fairy.
And Dow is in fact going right side.
Butter sword has been found in Bob's chest. You're always hiding. Your chest is always hiding the good stuff.
That's what are you gonna do?
Anyway, we're having an Arts Armos fight, or rather, Nice Armos massacre.
There is that. Silver Arrow's making very quick work of those.
2, 3 heart pieces.
Heart
right
piece
side.
bonanza in the back of Ice
Wait a
Armor.
minute. Wait a minute. That means Dow's on the right track. Unless it's not in here at all.
Yeah, Thieves Town Big Chest.
Could also be at the dig spot. It could also be on Magic Bat.
Being Swamp.
Just
We
see
got
if you-
3 big 20s and a red fire shield.
Tile room is the only chest we don't know inside. Ganis Tower. This is insane.
Dark Shadow's using cape strats.
Yes. He's holding onto the wall, folks. You can't see it, but that's what he's doing. And that is making it so that he does not consume magic. It's an interesting little glitch. He's turned him bunny the last second. 50
And
rupees!
the big
not-
key is not in Ganon's tower. Ugh.
Oh boy, but here's the thing. Is it a forced double dip, or were they just unlucky and it was actually in swamp this whole time? We
You
don't
never
know.
know.
This is huge. DarkShadows is about to get that news, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody actually making a good point here. Our tracker. Dow. The next place he'll probably check is Spike Cave.
Yeah, because he's right nearby. Good point.
So he'll get those silvers, and that'll be nice.
And both runners will have Butter Sword and Red Mail, so it's going to come down to execution at this point.
All right. So where's Dark Shadows gonna go now?
Going to start at the Mountain Cave. Probably going to Flute.
I would imagine so. I feel like he's probably gonna make the swamp play.
Looks like he's gonna start with Magic Bat.
Oh, magic bat, yeah. Then maybe down to shovel and then swamp in that order.
Think of how much time these runners could have saved if they did the fake powder.
Oh, well, I mean that depends on if it's here.
Yeah, of course. That's what I meant. And here we go, fake powder, or actual real powder.
So
And
what
the
does
curse
Batman
is
have?
the curse of
The other Skullwood small key.
the curse of nothing, or the curse of more, or
The curse of technically unlocking Mothula in the logic.
I was gonna say the curse of confusing keys on your ring. And good routing for Dark Shadows. Going to go south here and check the shovel spot. This was the other item, I think, that was locked behind Ganon's tower.
Yep.
And it is a heart container, which means it was in swamp the whole time.
Oh my. You're gonna feel salty about that one in the morning.
And this is the thing, if Dow went a little bit deeper could have gone a little bit deeper in, he could have potentially found the big key.
I mean, he could have. Unfortunately, it was not possible at the time.
No, was lacking the hammer when he made his initial dip in the swamp. It looks like Dark Shadows.
There is one more item that was locked behind Ganon's tower.
What was that?
It's the Skullwood's big chest.
Oh, you're right. We almost forgot about that. And we've already had big keys inside, blocked by big keys, so why not? Let's have another one. It's gonna walk around these bits, pull the lever, and the big chest is a map to Ganon's.
Just get trolled all day.
Oh my goodness.
Now, as we were stating before, Dow is going to check that spike cave.
Yep. He's gonna go ahead and tank it. So both runners will be on equal footing. Dow is a little bit behind.
Dow could make up some time by checking swamp first.
Dow with the silver arrows. So we know it has to be in here. We've checked everywhere else. The only place it could be that's not in Squamp is at Sarasula, but you need to kill Argus anyway.
Also, Thieves Town Big Chest.
Also that. I almost forgot about that. We keep forgetting we don't have that small key yet.
So the small key to Thieves Town is probably in Swamp, and we'll see what happens there.
You know what I want? I want Small Key on to Thieves Town on Argus. That way that's a 50-50 guess.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
Just to add to it.
Yeah. Now the logic wants you to have small key to Thieves Town to actually win this seed. So the fact that if you find it in Swamp, if they had gone strictly with the logic, what I'm saying is they would have been able to get the big key. But who goes strictly with the logic? That's ridiculous. Why would you ever do that?
I certainly don't, because I don't know all the nuances of the logic. I just know what I need where. And we're starting to see the first looks into the main meat of Swamp Palace. And Dow is going to go check the skull with its big chest. And unfortunately, also gets hit with the troll. Now, how big a troll is this gas tower big key gonna be?
I mean, it's not small already, but it could be as bad as Saha's Rala.
There's Mirror Shield. That'll help them to climb up at the very least. Small key to Thieves Town.
Oh boy.
So, where's that on the logic?
So ideally, the logic wanted you to come in here to get the Thieves Town small key before you completed Thieves Town. So you would have had that.
I just now realized Dow did not do big bombs, so he's gonna lose a little bit more time. So many hammerlock locations to him were not checked simply because he didn't have a hammer. So he's actually got a lot more places to check than Dark Shadow.
Yeah, there's not that many hammer locations, but yeah, this is really gonna the fact you basically figure he's either going to check all the small locations or he's going to go straight swamp, and because he didn't go straight swamp, he's going to be checking basically everything else.
Yeah, no one likes Swamp Palace. I don't mind it, at least. It's got a decent amount of items.
Yeah, it just all depends on when it gets unlocked, but when it's a pendant, you don't want to have to go in there.
Well, it's green pendant. I would still value getting that because it's still another item you have to check.
We've got the piece of heart on the left side. What's in the vanilla big key chest? 20 rupees.
It's gonna be... I'm now starting to think it's gonna be down to either big chest or Sarasala at this point.
Yep, we've still got 4 more locations here in Swamp where that big key can be.
Dow is heading into Swamp. Now the question is, does he go for a go mode strat and just go straight to Argus? That would be the ideal play right now.
He could skip left side. That would be an interesting play.
He has to assume he's behind. If he doesn't, he's going to just straight up lose. He has to make the gamble. So check the big chest and go straight into the back. That'll save him so much time, and this will become an execution race. If he doesn't, he's just going to give Dark Shadows that little extra breathing room that he might need to win. Alright, the 2 flooded chests. First one, 5 bomb expansion. Second one, 20 rupees. We are down to 4 locations, I think.
Oh boy.
This is a 100% seed, pretty much, I just realized.
Oh, there it is! In the waterfall chest in Swamp. Dark Shadows is out of here.
And in Gomo at 2 hours 20 minutes. Oh boy, what
That's painful.
Yeah, so the only item we are missing is
We're only missing the 4th bottle on this tracker. And the last heart container. We have full cleared this dungeon, the remainder of the seed. There's only like 1 heart container missing as well. I want to say it's even the same cart.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to actually see an item collection rate in the 200s.
Yeah, this was actually a pretty trolly seed, but getting a finish time around 2:30.
Yeah, with this sort of massive troll, yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's
Dow head left side.
that's actually about the same time I got, which I'm surprised. I probably should have entered this tournament in hindsight.
What, you're not in this tournament?
Nope. I'm only here for the commentary.
Well, all right then.
I kind of regret it now. All right, so Dark Shadows will be making their return into Ganon's Tower, but instead
This
of
time far better equipped.
far better equipped. They have everything. There's nothing they. Actually, you think they were a little too hasty? No, they're fine. They're gonna. I would go downstairs first. I would.
Why?
I would go down to the right, pick up the full magic, and go back up. Isn't there full magic in that room?
Yeah, there is a full magic over there. There's also a couple little magics in here, and some more magic along the way. If you just want to deal with that, I also believe Dark Shadows still has a blue potion.
Yeah, I usually do not drink my blue potions in Ganon's Tower unless I absolutely need to. And there's that mirror show coming to play, blocking those fireballs. And unfortunately, Dow is checking left side.
Yeah, so the great thing about the mirror shield is you can walk up to the red mimics and just stand there and just tank hits.
Now, will Dark Shadows... Okay, he's flipping the switch again. I actually don't like flipping that switch, because it sets up a convenient heal just before Troll Dorm.
Yeah, the room way upstairs with the two, with the anti-fairy and the bunny beam.
Yeah.
They make things a little easier on you.
Yeah, and there's also full magic right there as well, so it's a perfect full restore point.
Yeah, without throwing the switch, then you can only get the anti-fairy, because the bubble beam will
disappear on the blocks. Yeah. And these Zacs are not playing nice, hiding behind the Armos. Pretty good gauntlet so far, though, all things considering. Nice snipe. Nice double snipe.
Dark Shadows showing that he knows how to use the silver arrows. Now that one is just pure luck right there. Because you don't know if that Stalfos is going to go all that way.
Yeah, I think I've been trolled by it before. And here goes the Lambo 2 fight. 1, 2, oh!
So close.
And Dow getting their vacated in go mode, roughly 4 minutes behind. So
yeah, it would take a significant blunder on Dark Shadow's part for him to lose this seed, but anything is possible.
The only way he can lose at this point is a fall to Ganon, I think, and not just one, maybe 2 or 3.
See, I wasn't going to mention the specific blunders because then it's a curse. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah. The story of the seed was Bonk Rocks and remembering to check them.
There is that. Yeah, I think Dow could have been in Ganon's Tower at least, 30 minutes ago.
And if he had the hammer when he checked Swamp House initially, he would have probably had the key before Dark Shadows did, and probably would have finished a lot faster as well.
Yeah, I just don't think he would have checked Swamp Pals without the hammer, because that's what he was looking for.
Yeah, that's again the unfortunate part of this. All this was brought on by forgetting one location. So there is a lot of trackers out there, folks. Don't worry, a lot of them are good at maps that help you out if you're new to this. And yeah, make sure to try this yourself. These runners are playing at a racer level, but this is actually pretty fun to play casually too. This is actually how I got started in the rando scene. It's just firing up the randomizer and playing a scene casually. And then I started timing myself, seeing how fast I could go.
All right, so Dark Shadow's taking on Trolldorm. No problems there. A couple of slashes, and he goes down.
Trolled him more like boredom. That was a easy peasy fight with the golden sword, and not even gonna open up. Gonna leave Trolldorm's prized possession alone.
Yeah, there's no real reason to. You've got everything you could possibly want.
The only thing you could possibly want is either a 4th bottle, which has something in it, or the 20th heart container.
Yeah, and we know you're not going to get that because there's a piece of heart on the pedestal.
Oh yeah, you're right. So they're at the max health as far as they're concerned.
All right, so Dark Shadow's going to deal with Aghanim 2.
Same thing as before, 6 hits. He has a lot more projectiles this time, and the clones can only shoot the red orbs, and he's already down. And with Aghanim 2 down, it's now time to fight the pig.
Indeed. Butter Sword, Silver, Ganon fight pretty much trivial.
Much as trivial as playing it in vanilla. Because you're pretty much at vanilla level vanilla, what you would be expected in a vanilla playthrough of this game.
Yeah, like a vanilla casual playthrough. Yes. Vanilla speedrun? No, you don't have red mail. You don't even have Butter Sword. You got Tempered.
And again, giving us the "How Do You Like Me Now" song. I don't actually remember the name of it. But yeah, 6 slashes each phase. Gonna advance them pretty quickly. Starting with a few teleports. And right about now is when I would actually take my heal. Just make sure I didn't get accidentally tagged by one of the bats he might shoot if I'm a little bit late in reaching him.
All right, just need one more hit to advance to phase 4.
Get in.
There he goes.
And that's not a good position.
I mean, it's a pretty great position. You get the double there.
Oh, he gets another double, I think. Yep, that's it. That's game.
Well done.
Dark Shadows has won this race and will move to 2-1 in the Swiss stage. And he is clocked in with a done with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 28 minutes, and 50 seconds. Get your GGs in chat for him. This was... I got that message last time I raced. I commentated. What the heck? Well, that just happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see about getting in for an interview.
Dark Shadow's comment is, well, that's an accurate statement.
And our opponent and his opponent Dow is already up to the floor where Moldorm 2 is. And it seems that he will need a little bit, but he will come in for the interview in just a moment. And Dow gets troll armed. Down he goes into the spike pit.
It looks like during that fall, Dow did in fact take the time to check the IRC, because we see a GG from him.
Yes, and I see Dark Shadows in the setup room. Do you mind pulling him down?
Well, sure.
GG Dark Shadows on this great race, by the way.
Thanks. I can't believe I won that.
Well, here's why you won it. Your opponent actually forgot to check Bonk Rocks for a good 30 minutes.
And
He's just now fighting Aga too. That's how close it was, despite that.
Oh,
But
Bonk.
walk us through the seed, man. How was it? Why you won it. Your opponent actually forgot to
Well,
check Bonk Rocks
first
for
of all,
a
my
good
hand is
30
still
minutes.
shaking.
He's just now fighting Aga too. That's how
That
close
opening,
it was,
it felt really kind on that opening.
But
I mean,
but
what was
walk
it?
us through
An
the seed, man.
8-minute Titans mitts and Dark World within about what 15 minutes.
Combined between you, you both found the necessary tools for Dark World like 6.
I wouldn't doubt it. I usually use Kakariko as my second check. But that end is still in my mind because I was going up to Gan's Tower thinking, "There's no way it's in Swamp. There's no way it's in Swamp."
it was in Swamp.
It was in Swamp.
Yeah, your opponent was actually checking Ganon's Tower at the same time you did. He went right side while you were checking Tile Room. So by the time you finished Tile Room, we knew that it wasn't in Ganon's Tower. And you only had a few other handful of locations. He still had all the locations to check that were hammerlocked, like Fat Fairy. It was because he didn't have the hammer for Cold Stare.
Yeah, the only thing I had left outside of the fetch quest I got in Ganon's Tower was Swamp Palace. So I said, you know what? 22 locations versus 10 locations. Let's play the guessing game. Turns out I lost it.
Yeah, so we were like one chest away from having it be in the Thieves Town big chest, which would have been hilarious.
Or on Aghanim. Or no, Sarasalam. There. Getting my names mixed up.
Yeah, because Aga was just a small key, and I ruled that out rather late, but I ruled it out at least.
Yeah, you
Turns
want to
out
know
it was a Ganon's Tower key.
Yeah. Your
Was it a
opponent
blind
checked.
pull?
No, it wasn't. Well, your opponent was still looking for the hammer at the time.
All right, couldn't have been a blind pull because if he doesn't have the hammer.
Yeah, he never pulled the pedestal. He just
He did check it though. He did Aga, but he did not do pedestal. And Dow has finished off Ganon. So there he goes through the door, finishing with the time of 2 hours, 30 minutes, 35 seconds. GG to him. This was a great race. Let's see if we can get him in this interview, get his 2 cents in on this.
Yeah, talk about going all over Hyrule and back. All the dungeons were required.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Boots on freaking Armos Knights, by the way. Your opponent found them first, and yeah, they just went to King's Tomb, but did not check the Bonk Rocks, and that kind of led to their downfall, unfortunately.
Yeah, when I died initially in Eastern Palace, I was just hoping that chest didn't come back to bite me, because that's actually, I think that's my first time dying in that dark room.
Well, here's the thing that makes it a little bit more painful. He found the mirror, but he checked the graveyard ledge from the right instead of the left, so he didn't think, oh, hey, let's just mirror and double check, make sure we didn't get Bonk Rocks. And then when he defeated Aga, he's like, I'm just going to go to the forest next to the castle, and thus did not check the Bonk Rocks on his way didn't save quit out of Sanctuary to check the Bonk Rocks there. So he just completely ignored that location twice. when he could have checked it on the way.
Oh,
And
that,
then he ended up getting lost for a little bit.
hashtag that one location.
Yeah. And it seems Dad will be coming in for an interview here, so we'll be asking him about that. But yeah,
So
you found it immediate. But yeah, you didn't get trolled by that. You found pretty much everything in this seed.
Except one heart container.
Nope. 3 heart pieces and a bottle were all that were missing.
I
Because
thought
the
I
fourth
had all
heart,
4.
no, the 4th heart piece was on pedestal, if you recall. It was a little piece of love.
Oh, I meant bottles. I thought I found all 4 bottles.
Oh, we only see here on the tracker.
yeah, we don't know. So
Close enough.
just to be fair, I think the collection rate on this might be around 200 or more.
230.
230 is probably too many.
Yeah, the only things I'm showing missing from checking is the 4 chests going up plus the big chest in Ganon's tower, and green pendant and Argus
And Thieves Town Big Chest.
and Thieves Town big chest.
And we got down here. Would you like to care to pull him down, Dr. Bob?
All right, let's do this. And Dow, congratulations on finishing. We want to commiserate you with a little bit about that hammer for a minute.
Yeah, I have a really bad habit of thinking I'm gonna do something
Dow,
and then thinking I've done it without actually
congratulations on
doing it.
finishing.
So-
Yeah, that
we wanna
kind of
commiserate
bit you
you
there.
with a little
What's
bit about
worse is that you had the
hammer for a
means of
minute.
checking it twice, first in the mirror going to Graveyard Ledge from the west, as well
Yeah.
as checking it on the way to getting the on the way from getting the freaking what is
The
it?
lumberjack key.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But both instances you actually came from a different direction, so you never bothered to check the screen.
Yeah, like I said, I had it.
So, but yeah, that troll aside, walk us through the scene.
It would have been really fast aside from the Gannis Tower Big Key, because I think I would have. Because I first went into ice at like 55 minutes or an hour or something like that, so it would have been done. Because I would have had, if I had had hammer, which I should have. Because I think I checked King's Tomb super early, and then I thought to myself, okay, we're gonna check King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks, and then go do stuff. I don't remember exactly what, and then I just didn't check Bonk Rocks. But yeah, I would have finished ice super early. There would have been nothing in ice, I guess, because I didn't get those 2 chests. I guess they couldn't have been anything.
The
nothing
most
really.
notable thing was probably a heart container.
I already had 18, so it didn't matter.
Yeah,
And then I wouldn't have. Well, I definitely wouldn't have done Aghanim if I had had the hammer. That's for sure. Because I only did that because I was trying to think of what I missed when I was looking for the hammer. So, I don't know. It did. The annoying thing was it wanted to. It was telling you to go do Meyer super early, and it only gave you like fighter sword. So I was like, I really don't want to do that, but what are you gonna do? 2 small keys and everything to get in, so you had to do it.
yeah.
You got your fighter. You got your fighter sword in Meyer?
No, I got the fighter sword. It was, I think, at the
race game.
race
You got
game,
it in a race
yeah.
game.
But it was the only thing I had going into Meyer, was what I was saying. So it was like, I think it was like 7 hearts fighter sword in Meyer, green mail. So it's kind of not exactly exciting go to, but then it had quite a bit of stuff. I know it had
Hook Shot and Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
But yeah, you
So-
routed this seed amazingly, except for that one thing. It was like you were just crushing it, and then
Yeah, that one mistake grinded your advantage to a halt, and unfortunately your opponent the opening to come out ahead of you here. You're still 1-2 in the tournament. You can still come in the passes at the very least.
Yeah. I wasn't. Yeah. Winning is secondary to playing well, so I'm just upset that I forgot to get the hammer. But
Yeah. And meanwhile, DarkShadows, you're gonna be one step closer to potentially qualifying for the play-in race. You a little bit nervous on that? You only got like what, 2 more races left?
Yeah, 2 more races, and there's going to be some stiff competition there, but I got to make it there first.
Yeah, well, you're one step closer. And meanwhile, folks, let me go ahead and give you guys a little rundown here. We're almost out of matches tonight, but we got quite a few of them tomorrow. Right now on Speed Gaming 2, we have a quad race, Someone 325 and Jesselshaft going at it, along with the Lost Carol and Korek. And we got a pretty good one right in the morning at 10 a.m. We don't have a restream currently for this one. AJ Nev 174 going against Sooty Puff Jr. That's going to be a really great race. And then, of course, there's several other matches across the day tomorrow. But yes, one more time, give it up for these 2 runners. Make sure to give them a follow here. Any last thoughts on the seed?
Please burn this seed.
Yeah, probably should. We'll send it to the Aether.
I liked it better than my first week where I had to double dip Ganon's Tower for hookshot. So I'd rather double dip for the big key than the hookshot.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So that about does it here for us, I'd say. Once again, thank you to both our racers for putting on an excellent show. We'll see you we'll hopefully see you guys next week. Hopefully you'll put on a good show for us then. But in the meantime, I have been Wolfton Ghost Racer Zone. Joining me on the mic is the one and only Dr. Bob-tastic.
Yo.
We've had Zerdinal on tracking, and our restream was Fantalis. And from all of us here at A Link to Past Randomizer, we'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Later, folks.
Bye-bye.